Going to study a very important topic in molecular cytogenetic, that is fish or fluorescence in situ hybridization. So let's get started. So now let's understand a very important concept in fish that often confuses students. Why do we see two signals for a gene in a normal cell? First, remember that human somatic cells are diploid, meaning they contain two sets of chromosomes. One is inherited from mother and another comes from father. As shown here, we have a pair of homologous chromosomes. The same gene is located at the same position, this one and this one, on both chromosomes. Therefore, every normal diploid cell contains two copies of a gene, one maternal copy and one paternal copy, like this. These are the two genes on maternal chromosome and paternal chromosome. In a break apart fish assay, in a break apart fish assay, two differently colored probes are used, red and green. Red probe binds to one side of the target gene and the 5' region, and a green probe binds to the other side, usually the 3' region. Since there are two homologous chromosomes, each chromosome carries one copy of the gene and therefore receives one red probe and one green probe. In a normal cell, there is no gene rearrangement. The red and green probes remain very close to each other. Hence, under fluorescent microscope, these overlapping signals appear as a single yellow fusion signal, like this. Because we have two copies of the gene, we see two fusion signals in a normal diploid cells. Another way to think about this is this: one gene copy gives one red plus one green signal. Two gene copies give two red plus two green signals. Since the red and green overlap, they appear as two yellow fusion signals. So the normal fish pattern for a break apart probe is two fusion signals, often written as 2F. So in this video, we will be seeing the definition of fish, basic principle, steps of fish, types of probes, break apart and fusion probes, the various signal patterns, difference between metaphase and interphase fish, applications in hematolymphoid disease detection, solid tumors and prenatal diagnosis, advantages and limitations of fish, and some viva important points. Now, in a very rapid manner, we will see the important and basic points about fish. So what is fish? Fish is a molecular cytogenetic technique that uses fluorescently labeled DNA probes to detect and localize a specific DNA sequence on chromosomes in our sample. So what does fish detect? It helps in detection of gene deletions, amplification, translocations, aneuploidy and rearrangements. So the basic concept is that the complementary nucleic acid strands hybridize, leading to fluorescent signals and target location. Now the basic principle of fish. There is a chromosome which we take from our sample. It contains double-stranded DNA. Then a fluorescently tagged probe is added which complements the DNA fragment from our sample. And due to binding of the probe with the DNA fragment, a fluorescent signal appears. If the target sequence that we want to detect is present or exists, then the probe binds and signal appears. If that target sequence is not present in our sample, then there will be no signal. Now what are the steps of fish? The steps of fish are: first of all, the sample is prepared from blood, bone marrow, tissue, smears, cell blocks or FFPE. then it is denatured by heat or formamide and the DNA becomes single-stranded. Next is the hybridization of the single-stranded DNA from the sample with fluorescent labeled probe. Fluorescent label probe is added and it binds the complementary sequence. Next is the washing. The unbound excess probes are removed by washing, and then under fluorescent microscopy we detect colored signals. The sample types that can be used are the peripheral blood. Now, what are the types of fish probes? There are multiple types of fish probes that can be added. First of all is the centromeric probe. It helps in detection of aneuploidy like trisomy 21, trisomy 13, trisomy 18. Another is locus specific, that is locus gene specific, for the detection of HER2 amplification, BCR-ABL fusion genes, ALK rearrangement, etc. Next is the whole chromosomal paint. It is used for detection of complex rearrangements. Next is the break apart probe, which is used for detection of ALK rearrangement, ROS1 and EWS-R1 rearrangement. Next is the fusion probe, which is used for detection of BCR-ABL fusion gene for translocation T922, which is also called Philadelphia chromosome. So now what is break apart and fusion probes? In case of break apart probes, it detects rearrangements. This is a homologous chromosome. This is a homologous chromosome. One is maternal derived and another is paternally derived chromosome. On this chromosome there is a gene that I have colored purple. The red color of the probe comes and attaches with one end of the gene and the green color attaches with another end of the gene. What happens normally that these two probes are so much closer that it gives a yellow signal. But in case of rearrangement, the two colors of the probe are very much far apart. In case of fusion probe, like in translocation T922, what happens that the chromosome 9 gets translocated on chromosome 22. Because of that, the two signals, the red and green, fuses together on chromosome 22 and give rise to yellow signal due to yellow overlap. So this is the signal patterns. For a normal signal pattern, what we see, these are the two chromosomes of a homologous chromosomes. These are the two homologous chromosomes. And in purple I have marked a gene. The identical copies of a gene is present on both the chromosomes, the maternal chromosome and the paternal chromosome. And the red and green colors are the fluorescent probe which have been added. So the red and green probes go and attach with the two flanks of the genes at the 3' end and at the 5' end of the gene. Hence, in a normal homologous chromosome, it will give two red signal like this and two green signal like this. In case of amplification, if the gene is amplified, then what happens? Everything is same, but the red end of the gene is, since the red end of the gene is amplified, then we are getting more of the red signal. Hence, we are getting more of the red signal. In case of deletion, a part of the gene is deleted. Hence, the red signal decreases and the green signal is normal. So, two green signal and one red signal. In case of translocation or fusion, like in case of translocation 922, what happens that the part of chromosome on chromosome 9 goes and fuses with that on chromosome 22. Hence, these two genes, when come together, they give yellow color due to overlap. Now, what are the difference between the metaphase and interphase fish? The metaphase fish is done on the dividing cells. For that, it requires cell culture. The chromosomes are visible in metaphase fish, and it helps in the diagnosis of structural abnormalities of chromosomes like aneuploidy. It is a slower process and takes longer time. In interphase fish, it is done on non-dividing cells, most commonly used clinically. It is a fast process, no need of cell culture. It works on FFP tissue or the cell blocks and practical for routine diagnosis. Now its use in detection of certain hematolymphoid diseases like CML, acute promyelocytic leukemia, Burkitt lymphoma, follicular lymphoma, mantle cell lymphoma, and multiple myeloma. In case of CML, it helps in detection of translocation T922. For APML, it is used in detection of translocation T1517. For Burkitt lymphoma, T814, follicular lymphoma, T1418. For mantle cell lymphoma, translocation 1114, and for multiple myeloma, multiple deletions like deletion 13q, deletion 17p, and translocation T414 is detected. And the respective probes that are used are BCR-ABL fusion gene in case of CML, PML-RARA fusion gene for APML, CMYC for Burkitt lymphoma, BCL2 for follicular lymphoma, cyclin D1 for mantle cell lymphoma, and multiple probes are used for multiple myeloma. Fish is also used in detection of certain solid tumors like breast carcinoma, lung adenocarcinoma, Ewing sarcoma, and synovial sarcoma. For breast carcinoma, HER2 amplification is targeted. For lung adenocarcinoma, ALK rearrangement or ROS1 or red gene are targeted. For Ewing sarcoma, EWS-R1 rearrangement, and for synovial sarcoma, SYT SSX translocations are targeted. For breast carcinoma, it guides trastuzumab therapy. For lung adenocarcinoma, targeted therapy is also guided. For Ewing sarcoma, it is a diagnostic test, and likewise for synovial sarcoma, it helps in confirmation of the diagnosis. Now the fish is important in the prenatal diagnosis of certain diseases like Down syndrome, trisomy 21, Edwards syndrome, trisomy 18, and Patau syndrome, trisomy 13 by using their respective probes. Now, what are the advantages and limitations of fish? The advantage is that it gives a very rapid result. It is a highly sensitive and specific diagnostic modality. It works on FFPE tissue like cell blocks. It detects cryptic translocations. There is no need of using cell culture in interphase fish, and the morphology of the tissue can be correlated. The limitation of doing fish is that it is a very expensive process. It requires expertise. It detects only the targeted abnormalities and cannot detect unknown mutations, and the fluorescence signal fades over time. Now here are some important Viva questions like why is HER2 fish done after IHC? For HER2 IHC results, we should know that 0 and 1 plus is considered as a negative result. 2 plus is considered as equivocal result, and 3 plus is a positive result. That means the confusion is arising in the 2 plus result. For that, we confirm the diagnosis whether it is negative or positive by fish. What is a break apart probe? Two probes flank a gene. When the signal splits, that confirms the rearrangement of the gene. Why is fish better than karyotyping? Fish is better than karyotyping because it can detect cryptic abnormalities and it is done on non-dividing cells. Why do we use interphase FISH in clinical practice? We use it because it can be done on non-dividing cells. So there is no need for using a cell culture. What does a fusion signal indicate? It indicates that a translocation is happening between two chromosomes, leading to red and green overlap and giving rise to yellow signal.